Good day and welcome to this section of the training, which is building your list. The aim of this section of the training is to ensure that every one of your members understands how important it is to become a multi-level marketing professional. There are no shortcuts in this space. If you want to succeed, you have to put in the hard work. Your goal is to get each one of your trainees to admit that they're going to work hard and that they are going to do everything that is necessary to succeed. Within this section, I'm going to show you a few simple techniques to build a large lead list so that you never run out of people to talk to. Because remember, if you're not continually adding people to your list, your business will come to an end. So let's look at making a list comprehensive. The first thing we want to do is create various triggers to start building a lead list. The first step approach in building a comprehensive lead list is listing every person that you can think of. You want to use various triggers to identify people that can belong into your lead list. And then you want to find out who those people know. Think of their sphere of influence. If I know 10 people and I add them to the list, I think of the 10 people that they know. I have 110 people now in my lead list. Next, you want to list all the organizations that you currently interact with. What I mean by that is, if you're part of a church group, if you're part of a club, a society, if you're part of a wine club, if you're part of a dinner club, wherever there's a group of people gathering, there can be potential people added to your lead list. Now, these are not always people that you're going to approach, but these are people that just get the list going. We just want to begin by building a comprehensive list. Next, we want to build a list of people who provide services to you. So this can be anyone from the handyman, the maintenance guy, the electrician, the plumber, your waitress, anyone that is connecting with you, that is offering and providing a service. Everyone is a potential prospect and person to add to your list. What we then want to do at this point is ask all of those people on the list, well, who do they know? What is their sphere of influence? Because we want to add as many people to this lead list as possible so that we never run out of people that we want to connect with. The next thing we want to do is to keep expanding on this list. We want to pay attention to the people that you connect with. Because the key takeout here is that if we're continually adding people to the list, we will never run out of people to talk to. We then want to develop a high level of awareness when it comes to interacting with these people. We want to find ways in which to connect. We want to find ways in which to forge stronger relationships. And then we want to, when the time is right, find ways in which to advertise the product or business opportunity to them. Your Dream Team Connected target is to add at least 2 people to your list every single day. Because as we know, if you're continually adding people to the list, you'll never run out of people to talk to. So let's look at the scenario. You work Monday to Saturday every single week. That's 6 days a week. You could be generating 600 new leads per annum. And over a 5-year period, you have 3,000 people that you've added to your lead list. Now this list should never be depleted. And it is imperative to keep that list going so that you can remain in business and become successful. It is critically important to note here that we do not go out and approach these leads until we've had the required training in order to do so. Because going to these leads with insufficient training could lead to damaged relationship and burnt leads. The next way in which we build to our large lead list is through social media. Now, social media is very powerful because it provides us with instant access to people all across the world. It also gives us the ability to prospect from the comfort of our couch. We don't even have to leave our home in order to find the perfect lead for our business. And finally, it offers multiple platforms with different approaches to reaching your target audiences. So let's take a look at the top performing network marketing recruitment social media platform called LinkedIn. There are 4 reasons that you need to be using LinkedIn. And the first one is that LinkedIn is the best way to recruit people. And this comes from Forbes.com. The second is that LinkedIn is 277% times more effective for recruitment than Facebook. So what that means is that if you recruit 1 person on Facebook, you'll recruit 2.7 times more people through the platform of LinkedIn. The third reason is that it is ideal for thought leadership. Right now, sitting on LinkedIn is over 800 million professionals, from CEOs of big corporations through to surgeons, MDs of companies, that all lie as potential prospects for your lead list. The third and final reason is that LinkedIn is 94% more effective for content distribution. So when you put out content on your incredible products, that content is going to be read by professionals all across the world. So how effective is LinkedIn? Dream Team has connected with LinkedIn specialist Scott Aaron, who's shared some of the insights and statistics through his experience as a LinkedIn member. Over 30 months, he created 25,000 connections. Now, these are people that he's tried to connect with who have seen his profile, wanted to be part of his network, and have approved his connection. Through the techniques that Scott Aaron has adopted, and the techniques that I'll be taking you through in the following slides, is that Scott Aaron is having over 40 meaningful conversations every single week. And from those conversations, he is generating 6 quality registered connectors every single month. Now, industry stats show us that the average network marketer will only recruit 1.2 people in their entire lives. So registering 6 quality connectors every single month is exceptional. Now, the big question here is that if each of your recruits did this for a period of 6 months, what does this mean? So let's look at this graph. In month 1, we have 6 connectors in the business, earning an average of 500 Rand. That's 3,000 Rand within your company. At the end of month 6, you have 46,500 connectors in your downline, generating 23 million Rand a month. So the key takeout here is that teaching your network to use LinkedIn is critical to your success and the exponential growth of your network. We suggest that you learn these skills yourself and then show your team how to do it themselves. So let's dive into how we can utilize LinkedIn as a key performing social media platform to generate quality leads into your lead list. Here are the 6 steps to LinkedIn success. Step number 1 is creating a perfect profile. You have 2 to 3 seconds to capture someone's attention. If you fail to do so because your profile is not up to par, you could lose them as a prospect or a lead forever. Step number 2 is building a network using the search engine as well as the groups. Step 3 is reaching out to that network to connect with them. Step number 4 is starting off that initial conversation. Step number 5 is responses and objection handling. And finally, step number 6 is getting to the point where you're on the phone with your prospect. Let's look at step number 1, creating a compelling LinkedIn profile. Just as a recap, you have 2 to 3 seconds in which to capture someone's attention when they come across your profile. If you fail to do so, you may lose that lead or that prospect forever. What Scott Aaron suggests here is that we use a power adjective to capture someone's attention. He said, "I'm president and CEO of Scott Aaron." So the key takeout here is to use an adjective so powerful that you immediately capture someone's attention when they land on your profile. Next, you want to add 3 experiences to your profile. What he's listed here is he's president and CEO of Scott Aaron as a LinkedIn trainer. He's president and CEO of Scott Aaron as a success coach to personal trainers. And he's also the president and CEO to Scott Aaron, the online bikini physique contest prep coach. The idea for listing 3 experiences is that you can connect with people and have synergies with people in so many different ways because of these experiences. Listing a job like I'm a bartender, you can connect with a lot of people because they're part of the service offering list that I mentioned earlier. So the key takeout here is to list experiences so that you can find synergies with people that you can connect with. Next, we want to add a summary to our profile. In this summary, we want to tell a story. We want to let people into our personal lives, our business lives, what makes us tick. We want to share the passion for our business. So what Scott Aaron has said here is that as an 18-year-old veteran of the health and wellness industry, as a gym owner, personal trainer, sports nutritionist, and bodybuilder, I have learned the importance of not only taking care of one's own body, but more importantly, the mindset. I wake up each day with a growing passion to free people from physical and financial pain. I specialize in showing anyone who is ready for a real change how easy it is to change the entire scope of their life by making new decisions that create the outcomes they truly deserve. So the key takeouts in this section is to create a summary that identifies who you are, what you're interested in, what is your passion. because if someone can connect with you on a personal level, they're more likely to want to be talking to you in the future. The fourth part about creating a compelling LinkedIn profile is when you go out and join groups. Now, groups is a great forum in which to connect with like-minded people with synergies with your personal or your business experience. Joining groups that are relatable to you, your profession, and your hobbies. And you want to join groups that have a true reflection on you and who you are. In the next slides, I'm going to take you through how to join those groups and what the impact of joining those groups can be. The fifth point here in creating a compelling LinkedIn profile is not mentioning anything to do with network marketing or direct sales. We don't use terms like financial freedom, residual income, or living the good life. We want to ensure that people connect with you and not actually your network marketing business. It is imperative that you understand that and not mention anything to do with network marketing or direct sales when putting your profile together. The sixth way in finalizing a compelling LinkedIn profile is completing all the other miscellaneous elements. That's filling out everything from certifications, courses, volunteer work, the affiliations you have, schools you attended, and the degrees that you earned. Each one of these elements can find synergies with people all around the world. And when you find a synergy with someone, it's a direct gateway into connecting with them so they can become a lead and prospect within your lead list and hopefully join your business. As a Dream Team Connector, you have now identified that LinkedIn is a formidable platform in which to build and generate a large lead list. If you want more information, you can go on to traineroflinkedin.com. It's a site created by Scott Aaron where he shares insights on how to build and boost your LinkedIn profile. If you are new to LinkedIn, we have created a step-by-step document that is downloadable in your back office. This explains from signing up with LinkedIn all the way through to creating the perfect profile. Step number 2 in building your lead list on LinkedIn is through the search engine and groups. The first thing we want to discuss is joining a group, and the reason that we join in groups is because there's a large network of people that have synergies with what you represent and the products that you offer. So we want to search for groups with that exact synergy. We want to find groups that fit together with your products and what the product represents and the problem it solves, and then we want to ask those groups if we can join. So let's join a group and see how it works. Right now on your screen, I've created a fictitious person called Dean Shaw. He's a founder at Nutritional Life, a wellness coach, industry podcaster, a business coach for personal branding and growth. Dean Shaw is involved in the health and wellness industry, and he's got a book out called Shaw's Wellbeing Through Nutrition, the best kept nutritional secrets. Because Dean is involved within the health and wellness space, he's wanting to connect with groups that have the same synergies with himself and his product. And this is how to find groups. On Dean's LinkedIn profile, at the top right is an icon called Work. What LinkedIn does is it opens up a tab that says all the LinkedIn products that are available. We're wanting to join a group, so we search for groups by clicking the groups icon. We click on groups, that opens up a new page. There are 2 tabs at the top of this page. The first one says Your Groups, and these are groups that you're already a part of. If you click on Requested, these are groups that you've requested to become part of that are still pending. In order to find a group that has synergies with you on a personal level as well as your products, you go into the search bar at the top. Now, Dean is in the health and wellness space, so we want to find people that appeal to this health and wellness nutritional lifestyle. Remember, we're trying to find synergies with our product offering and what we represent. We click in the search and we can go into the health and wellness. What LinkedIn does in this sense is it pulls up all search results based on health and wellness. Now, in this instance, we are trying to find groups within health and wellness, so we filter out for groups only. What LinkedIn does is it's now produced 3,900 results that relate to health and wellness groups all across the world. So let's look at the top results within our group section for health and wellness. The Health and Wellness Networking Group. I can click on this group and immediately find out all there is to know about this group. When I click into the group, I can see the name of the group, the Health and Wellness Networking Group. It's a listed group with 119,000 members all across the world. It gives me the option to request to join. But before I find that this is synergy with my product or my personal offering, I want to know a little bit more about this group. So there's an about section. It says here, this group is for health and wellness professionals, chiropractors, practitioners, health science, alternative medicine, holistic lifestyles, trainers, teachers, healers, coaches, organic living, personal trainers, and spiritual seekers, and all those interested in these topics. Now for Dean, this is the perfect synergy and alignment with the group that he's wanting to join. And remember, we are trying to join groups because we have content that we can promote to these groups and find a common interest and then start generating leads from the people that start interacting with those posts. Once Dean has identified that this is a group that he wants to join, he just clicks the request to join button. The request is now sent out to the group page admin, and they then assess Dean's profile and accept it if they are willing. Next, within step 2, which is the list building phase within LinkedIn using search engines and groups, is the search engine. Now, we are looking for like-minded individuals. These are people that share the same common causes as us, are part of the same industry, and enjoy the types of products that we're offering. What we want to do is search for these people, and if they are truly synergistic with our brand, we want to then send out a connection request to get them to become part of your network. Once these people become part of the network, we are trying to extend their sphere of influence to the people that they know. So the people that they know are called our second connections. There's a way in LinkedIn in which to filter for second connections of the people that we've connected with, and I'm going to go through the process whereby we do that. LinkedIn offers the opportunity to connect with third connections. They offer this, however, you have to take out a paid for premium package with LinkedIn called Sales Navigator. Currently, in our current times, it's about 1,100 Rand. We don't recommend that you do this because we think that you find a large enough database out of the first and second connections. And finally, the key here when searching is to be very specific with your keyword search results. So let's do a search and see how this works. Right now in LinkedIn, we've typed in health and wellness into the search bar. LinkedIn has then created search results for groups, companies, people, events, jobs, and so on through all the different filters. What we are looking for is actual people in LinkedIn that appeal or have some synergies with health and wellness. And these are the people that we're looking for. So I want to filter for people. Now, what LinkedIn does is it produces 2.8 million results of people that have synergies with health and wellness industry. And this is people all across the world. Next, what we want to do is identify if these search results are quality leads that we could bring into our lead list and begin our discussions with. So let's go into Travis Victor. He's one of the people that appeal to the synergies of health and wellness. So we've landed here on Travis Victor's profile. We can see here that he's a health and wellness specialist living in Cape Town, Western Cape, South Africa. The number of connections that he's had and the mutual connections that we currently share. Travis is currently my second connection, so he knows people that I'm currently connected with. We can see in the About section that he has 9 years experience in category management and so on. So we can go through a full scope out about Travis's profile to identify that he is the person that we're wanting to connect with. I'm going to connect quickly with someone on LinkedIn. I'm going to connect with Haley Truman. She's the events and project manager at NetReady as well as Dream Team. I click connect and send out my connection request to Haley. What happens at this point is Haley will receive a notification within her email as well as the notifications tab at the top right here, indicating that Dean Shaw has tried to connect with her. She can then click on Dean Shaw's name, understand and explore his full profile and if there's synergies with his profile and products, and then choose to accept it or not. Step number 3 is reaching out to this network. And as a Dream Team connector, your target is to establish 25 to 50 connections every single day. Now there's strategy behind managing this whole process, which is what we're going to go into now. First, you go to My Networks, which is a tab at the top of your LinkedIn profile, and click on the See All button to establish all of the connections that you've made through the connection request that you've sent out. What you want to do at this point is you want to record the name and benchmark this person for the most recent connections. Because connections that come in tomorrow, you need to know where that benchmark is to establish, I know I've got new connections into my lead list. So the way in which you schedule out your diary is the following. You want to do group searches on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And just keep in mind that you have 12 group searches per month. So we're measuring quality over quantity in this sense. Then we want to send out individual connection requests on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. At this point, you have a cap of 3,000 people that you can send a connection request to. So manage that connection request, but go wild. We want to establish 25 to 50 new connections every single day. Once someone has accepted your connection request, they become connected and form part of your network. We want to then direct message them through strategic scripts to these people. So let's do this and see how it works. Back to Dean Shaw's profile. Out of all the connection requests that Dean has sent out, people would have looked at his profile, assessed if they would like to accept his connection request, either said yes, no, or ignored it completely. But if they said yes, Dean would get a notification within his My Network tab that tells him who has connected with him. So let's go into that. At the top here, I click on My Network. I can then go into My Connections, and I can see all the people that have connected with Dean Shaw. My next task is direct messaging Haley. So I can click on the Message tab, and at the bottom of the LinkedIn screen pops up the way for me to InMail, which is what LinkedIn calls it, or direct message Haley. At this point, we're going to go into what we call the templatized script for the first contact with a new connection. Let's go into that. Which leads us into step number 4, which is starting a conversation. We want to identify the person that we're going to be sending a message to. We click message, and up pops the platform, the InMail platform, for us to then connect with them directly. At that point, we want to send a message to every single person on the list. Here is an example of a formal message that we can send out based on the health and wellness or health products that we're discussing with a new connection. It goes something like this. Hi Jim, it's great to be connected with you. I'm specifically looking to connect with people who have a passion for assisting individuals with their own personal health and wellness goals. If you feel this is you, would you have some time to discuss how we can change lives together? Have a great day, Joe Smith or Dean Shaw. Now, the key line here is that if you feel this is you, there's no pressure on someone to say, well, yes, this is me, and get involved in the business. What we're just trying to do is ease into the education of this product that we're trying to push towards them. After sending out this message, there are only 3 response options that someone has. They can choose to say yes, no, or they just ignore that message completely. But there's a 33% chance that they'll say yes. And when they do say yes, we have now started a conversation with them. And in this next step, I want to go through exactly what we would say as a scripted template to someone that says yes. This leads us into step number 5, responding to someone who says yes. We've got an example here of what may happen when someone says yes. The first example is, yes, but can you be more specific? Dean Shaw would say, specifically, I'm looking to connect with someone who has a deep passion and interest for changing global health. Do you have 2 minutes to talk? Now, the call to action here is to get someone on the phone just for 2 minutes to very quickly identify what the opportunity is and if you can send them more information using the company tools. The second example for a yes response is, yes, can you send me some more information? Dean Shaw would say something like, I would love to send you some information, but I'm not sure what information is best to send. Do you have 2 minutes for a call? Or, what's usually easier, a WhatsApp chat? Now, the intention is always to get on the phone, but a lot of people are afraid of jumping on a call. So we direct them to the platform of WhatsApp or Telegram. And at that point, there's scripted communication, which is written to be able to communicate with these people, to direct them to using company tools, to identifying the business opportunities. Another main point to focus on there is that if you can't schedule a call with a person, they may not be the right people that you want to bring into the business. Thank you for spending your time going through this section of the training. We look forward to seeing your successes as an independent business owner.